They travel to alien lands, interact with foreign cultures, work hard, face racism, and for what? A 16.65% passing rate? Or is there more? Every year, tens of thousands of Indian students make the life-altering decision to leave their homeland and pursue a medical degree in foreign countries. This phenomenon has grown into a significant trend fueled by a complex interplay of ambition, systematic constraints, and global opportunity. Yet, the journey from aspiring doctor to practicing physician in India is fraught with challenges, especially once they return. These graduates must navigate the formidable Foreign Medical Graduates Examination, or FMGE, also known as the MCI Screening Test. Now first let's understand, why do Indian students go abroad for medical education? The answer at its core is a matter of numbers and opportunity. In 2024, around 2.4 million students registered for the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test, or the NEET UG exam, competing for just around 118,000 MBBS seats in India. Of these, only 55,000 seats are in government colleges, which are highly subsidized and fiercely contested. The rest are in private institutions, where the cost can soar beyond 1 crore for the entire course, an astronomical sum for most Indian families.
First of all, it was not my plan A to go abroad for MBBS, but then I prepared for NEET. 2 drops I took. I scored good, but not enough to secure a seat myself in government colleges. Then I tried into private colleges, medical colleges. Then the fee structure was pretty expensive, like it was reaching up to 1 crore. So the only option left was either I try for BDS, dentist, or I give them crore. But then my father suggested that maybe you should go abroad and then you can prepare over there and come and pass the screening test.
The severe mismatch between demand and supply leaves a vast majority of aspiring doctors without a seat, despite years of preparation and often excellent academic records. For many, the dream of becoming a doctor is too precise to abandon. Thus, they look outwards to countries like Russia, China, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, the Philippines, and nowadays increasingly to countries like Italy and Georgia. These destinations offer several advantages: lower tuition fees than private Indian colleges, often ranging between 15 to 25 lakhs for the entire course in some of these countries. Then comes easier admission requirements, sometimes requiring only a 50% score in science subjects and English in grade 12th, with no entrance exams. And then there is modern infrastructure and better access to research and clinical exposure in some universities. At least, this is what the perception is. Global exposure can be a valuable asset in a medical career. For many, studying abroad is not a compromise, but a strategic decision, an alternative route to a cherished goal. As per several media reports, 25,000 to 40,000 Indian students travel abroad every year to pursue medicine. This outflow is not just a statistic. It represents thousands of families investing their hopes, savings, and future in the promise of a medical degree from a foreign land.
There are so many people applying and only that many can get in. So the rest of the people who have lost it by just few marks, they are capable, but they do not have the seat available. So I think they are going abroad because it's a cheaper alternative than doing it in a private university in India.
For these students, life in a foreign country is both exhilarating and daunting. They are exposed to new culture, languages, and system of education. Many universities abroad, especially in Eastern Europe and Asia, have tailored their programs to attract international students, offering courses in English and structured clinical rotations. However, the experience is not without its challenges. Students often grapple with language barrier, cultural adjustment, and occasional difference in medical curriculum and teaching methodologies. While some universities provide excellent training and facilities, others may fall short, leading to disparity in the quality of education received. The real test of Indian medical graduates from abroad begins not in the lecture halls of Moscow or Manila, but upon their return to India. Before they can practice medicine or even begin their internships, they must clear the Foreign Medical Graduate Examination, a mandatory screening test conducted by the National Board of Examinations in Medical Sciences. The FMGE is notorious for its difficulty. It consists of 300 multiple choice questions and candidate must score at least 150 to pass the examination. In fact, the pass rate is alarmingly low. As per the Economic Survey 2024-2025, in 2023, the passing percentage of this examination remained at 16.65%. Though if we believe the data provided by Physics Wala's Acadfly on their website, the passing percentage has improved over the last 6 years, and so has the number of candidates appearing for the exam. As per the data by Physics Wala's Acadfly, around 20,000 candidates appeared for this very exam with a passing percentage of 15%. And if we look at the data from 2024, the passing percentage has increased to 31.5%, but clearly it's still too low.
You see the countries which have a good education system like US, UK, Australia, Canada, and I think New Zealand. These people people coming from there do not need to give FMG. But people coming from any other country, they have to give so that the standard of the student is maintained. And the low passing percentage, that is to keep only the brightest as our doctors, because a lot of things depend on the doctor.
The reasons for this dismal success rate are multifaceted. First comes the curriculum mismatch. The medical curriculum in many foreign universities differs significantly from the Indian MBBS syllabus. Students may find that crucial topic emphasized in the FMGE were not covered in depth during their studies abroad. Then comes exam difficulty. The FMGE is widely regarded as challenging, with questions sometimes sourced from postgraduate level content, making it tough even for the well-prepared candidates. Then comes the lack of preparation resources. Many returning candidates lack access to high-quality coaching or study materials tailored to the FMGE, further hampering their chances. Then there comes no limit on attempts. Since there is no cap on the number of attempts, a significant portion of failed candidates reappear, which skews the passing rate downwards. The psychological toll of repeated failures, coupled with the financial and emotional investment already made, can be devastating for these young doctors and their families. Even for those who clear the FMGE, the journey is not over. They must complete a one-year internship in an Indian medical college or hospital recognized by the National Medical Commission. Securing these internships can be competitive, and foreign graduates sometimes face bias or skepticism regarding the quality of their training.
I didn't face any issues because I scored pretty good. I scored 204 out of 300. But yes, the issue persists because the number of seats are not enough that they provide every FMG a seat in government college. Some in other states they take money, or they have to wait for second counseling, and worst case possible they have to wait for another 6 months. So yes, the amount of marks really decides the internship process. Will it be easy for you or not?
Moreover, the bottleneck created by the low FMGE pass rate means that thousands of qualified professionals remain unable to contribute to India's healthcare system.
Any exam is a very stressful situation for any student, and these people are hardly 22 or 23 years of age when they come back, and to face rejection in this is not very healthy for them. And there are other alternatives available. If you have done engineering or this, there are a lot of scopes available, but the scope for a MBBS graduate is very less. He has to pursue only one profession, so it becomes very difficult for them, and they need proper guidance and counseling.
The increasing outflow of Indian students for medical education abroad poses several challenges for policymakers. The exodus represents a significant outflow of talent and capital, as family spends a lot of money annually on foreign education. Ensuring that returning graduates meet Indian standard is essential for patient safety, but the current system may be overly punitive rather than supportive. With India's doctor-patient ratio better than WHO's recommendations, integrating foreign-trained doctors could further bridge critical gaps, provided they are adequately prepared and supported. And then there are recent reforms by the National Medical Commission that aims to expand medical seats and regulate private college fees. But the gap remains vast. There is also a growing call to strengthen the integration of foreign medical graduates, perhaps through a better preparatory programs, bridging courses, or targeted support for FMGE preparations. The story of Indian students traveling abroad for medical degrees is one of aspiration, resilience, and systematic challenge. It is a testament to the determination of thousands of young people who refuse to let the odds define their destinies. Yet, it also highlights the urgent need for reforms in India's medical education system to expand opportunities at home, support those who return from abroad, and ultimately to ensure that nation's healthcare needs are met with harnessing rather than hindering the talent of its aspiring doctors. For every student who aboards a plane to Moscow, Manila, or Tbilisi, there is a family that dreams of seeing them wear a white coat in an Indian hospital. The journey is long, the hurdles are many, but the hope endures.